Hi everyone. So here's my review of arguably one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and that is The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. Now, you've heard me review the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I love them. I think they were one of my ultimate favorite movies of all time. Um, the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. I didn't get a chance to review it, but safe to say I really dug it. I think it's a pretty good movie. I do think there are a lot of pacing issues, and the extended cut really didn't help at all. But I still think it's a pretty solid movie. Um, Desolation Smaug, I absolutely loved. I was like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I of more of what I wanted the first time around. I thought Jackson had taken the criticisms of the first of Unexpected Journey and really applied it to Desolation Smaug and made it a way better movie. And with the Battle of the Five Armies, this movie is the straight up war movie. From the minute the movie starts, it is nonstop action. It is nonstop spectacle. But at the same time, you do care about the characters, and that was one of the things that made this movie really really great. This is a fantastic conclusion to the Middle Earth films, because I'm not gonna call it the Hobbit saga or the Lord of the Rings saga. I'm just call it the Middle Earth films. You know what I mean? But the whole story is that and I'm going to give some things away about Desolation of Smaug, but at the end of Desolation of Smaug, the the dwarves have taken back Erebor, and so basically all these armies, elves, orcs, men, they all want the Misty Mountains for many different reasons, and thus we have one of the most epic clashes I've seen. You know what I mean? I thought Helm's Deep was epic enough. You know what I mean? This is almost at that level, but it's still pretty epic, man. You know what I mean? It's so insanely good. You know what I mean? And just like I said before, there's a lot of spectacle going on, but you still care about the characters. Bilbo especially, and Thorin. Thorin. This movie is really Thorin's story in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like that. Well, it is told from Bilbo's point of view. The whole movie is Thorin's arc. You know what I mean? And it really does culminate here in Battle of Five Armies. And Richard Armitage, who plays Thorin, he's done an incredible job as Thorin. I really like him as an actor. I hope he gets a lot of work. You know what I mean? Because I think he's that talented. You know what I mean? Martin Freeman, obviously, you can't go. You couldn't have picked a better Bilbo. And this movie just really shows that Ian McKellen, Luke Evans, Lee Pace, all of them just did. Evangeline Lilly as well. They all just did such a fantastic job. You know what I mean? And that's great. And the effects look fantastic. There are some times where you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, that's CGI. And there's a little bit too much CGI right here and there, but it's it's at least not too distracting. Okay, it's not like how Lucas used CGI in the Star Wars prequels. You know what I mean? It's done in a way where you're like, oh yeah, that's a lot of CGI, but I kind of forgive it. You know what I mean? I think it's just because Jackson still gives that classic Lord of the Rings feel to it. You know what I mean? But just the fact that this movie was just a really really solid conclusion to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, and that's fantastic. You know what I mean? And just some criticism I do have with it is that, for one, yeah, the whole Evangeline Lilly Keeley romance, I didn't feel like it really culminated in a way that I was kind of hoping it would be in Desolation of Smaug. And for two, like I said before, there was a lot of CGI, and some of it works, and some of it does, and some of it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it kind of does look a little distracting. I will say that. But overall, Battle of Five Armies is just it really is a solid conclusion, and it got me really emotional at the end of the movie, and I loved every second of it. I'm so sad to see that it's over, but I absolutely love this movie. It's definitely on my top 10 favorites, that's for sure. But I'm gonna give Battle of Five Armies an A minus. I thought, wow, they did a really really good job. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on Battle of Five Armies. Aside from the fact that also that I just kind of felt like that they focused too much on who I like to call ugly Russell Brand, who's the lackey in he was a lackey from Lake Town. They focus on him way too much. But aside from that, I still stand by what I say. I think it's still a really, really great conclusion. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.